Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James, and today we're going over a very fun game I got to play in the Scotch. This is a very rare line that I get to see every once in a while that's getting picked up by some masters, so I've definitely created my own idea to this for attacking. I got a very good performance rating of 3100 in this game. We're going to look at a fun attacking idea as far as sacrificing against this opening, so let's get to it guys. Here we go, let's start off with e4, e5. I played knight f3, my opponent played knight c6, and I went d4. Here we go, we got our main line Scotch. The best move is to go ahead and play pawn takes, knight takes, and then knight f6. So there's a few different ways to get a very good game against the Scotch. One I will say real quick is if you don't know how to play against this, do not play the knight takes d4 variation. Believe it or not, after queen takes d4, white just has a very good lead. In fact, I have another game where I'm showing how to win in this kind of situation. Anyways, going back to the main line, here just remember if you're playing the black side, develop with the threat, get your knight and bishop out as soon as possible, and you'll have a good game. So the knight comes out to attack the pawn, knight c3 defends, and then one of the best moves I believe to get equality very fast, bishop over to b4. Here the threat's very simple. Knight takes on e4 is being threatened since the knight is now pinned, and here you can see black is ready to castle. So, still in the main line, here you want to play bishop to d3, but be careful, don't play it too fast, as if you play bishop d3, they'll just snack attack on your knight. So simple chess, just go ahead and trade the knight off first. Knight takes, pawn takes, and then bishop to d3. We're almost out of theory now. Here, black goes ahead and plays pawn to d5. And here, well, let's go ahead and take back, because if you do castle, you can lose your e4 pawn. So, pawn takes, and here is one of the new moves they've been trying. They go ahead and castle here. And this has done a better job for black as far as getting some more winning chances, since in the other line, white still has a little bit of edge as far as development. And here, well, I go ahead and castle. Be very careful. I have definitely gotten into some trouble by going ahead and taking the pawn here on c6. This is not a free pawn. In fact, you're going to lose it back very fast and just be in a worse position. Black can just go ahead and play rook over to e8 check. And, I mean, dear Lord, what do you play here? Bishop to e3? And black does have a few different moves here to play. So, yeah, don't do this. Just go ahead and castle right away. And here they play bishop g4, another move that is offsetting to most people here. And here, for a while, I was playing pawn to f3, but this is not one of the best positions that I like here. Black will typically go bishop h5, bishop g6, and trade off the bishops. And at that point, the game is around even. And white does have a slight plus because, you know, they're playing the white side, but not enough for me. I want to create a new idea and throw my opponents off with a brand new plan. So whenever they have been playing this move, bishop to g4, here I go ahead and play queen to d2. And like I said, this throws them off completely. Here, they go ahead and play pawn takes back because why not? And here is my idea. I want to bring my queen over to h4 here because I want to threaten bishop takes on h7 or queen takes on h7 for checkmate. So I go ahead and play queen to g5. Here the idea is queen h4. They can't move the knight away so fast since this bishop is now hanging. And here there's many different moves that they have tried here, but well, typical moves just get played. In this game, h6 got played, and this is something I very much want to happen. It looks like h6 is a free tempo because later on, maybe back rank checkmates, you know, you want to have an escape square, but this is exactly what I want. In fact, this is going to be one of my ideas for sacrifice later on. All right, I go ahead and play queen h4 as that's what I was wanting to do, and as you can see here, it's already getting set up for hopefully the sacrifice. Hopefully you see the idea. Black goes ahead and plays bishop over to e7. Here, I went ahead and played rook over to e1. Makes sense developing with a threat and attacking this bishop, so you can't move the knight away so fast, especially since this bishop is hanging over here. Black went ahead and played pawn c6, and it's now time for my first double X slam of the game. I got to this game to get that 3100 rated performance, but here, can you find them first move? It's white to move. What do you play here to crush through the attack? All right, hopefully you push pause to try to figure it out. And don't forget, give us a like and subscribe so this will share to more people. Did you find the move? Here you get to play bishop takes on h6. And this is a very nice move, as this is going to go ahead and open up the king side. These pawns are defending, but as long as we can get rid of these guys, the king will be very weak. Unfortunately for my opponent, this is just a +2 position. Now we're just going to be winning here. I mean, even if you don't take back, I'm just going to be up an extra pawn for no reason. The bishop's hanging over here. Here my opponent played pawn takes over here on h6. Queen takes, and now you can see this is very bad. The king literally has nowhere to move. the checkmate square is h7. You can see the king is just bare. One of the main ideas is to get the rook lift into the game and slide over, and it's just going to be checkmate. Even though they are up an extra piece, their king is just too weak here. Here, my opponent tried to be fancy and throw me off and played knight to e4. Again, at this point, there really is no move to escape white's advantage, so, bravo to black for trying to make things crazy, but fortunately for him, I was able to figure it out. Knight to e4 gets played, and here, well, as I say, in winning positions, there's many different ways to win, but here I did play one of the most precise ways to play. I played knight takes on e4, pawn takes, and here how do you take back? Bishop takes or rook takes. Again, these are both good moves here, but mine is just slightly better or the most precise. Here you actually get to play rook takes on e4. And here was the idea. Here my opponent tried f5, which got checkmated very fast. But here, one of the thoughts was, what if they play bishop to f5? Here you must find the best move. What do you play here? The idea is if you move the rook, well, the bishop can go ahead and take, or maybe even the rook and bishop can try to get to h7. So here you have to be very precise because all the squares are taken. Believe it or not, this move does not matter. Here you can simply play rook to g4 check, which will lead to a checkmate. As you can see, if the bishop takes, now it is no longer guarding on h7, so queen goes to h7 for checkmate. Or if you go ahead and play rook to h4, the same kind of idea. Now you're looking for queen to h8 checkmate. Unfortunately, this one does not work out as well because bishop takes, and black has this amazing move of bishop takes on f2 check. And here, the game is roughly about equal. But in the game, my opponent went ahead and played pawn to f5, and here we still have a brilliant move. White to move. What do you play here? All right, hopefully you figured it out. The idea is the same as last time. Remember, h7 is the checkmate square. So here you can just go ahead and play rook takes on g4 anyways. Again, if pawn takes, queen goes over to h7, and you're just going to go ahead and checkmate. So here, my opponent really has no good moves. The king is not going to be able to run anywhere safe. If he really wanted to survive, he would have played bishop g5, but those variations is just rook takes. So here he just went ahead and played king f7, and the game ended very shortly with a checkmate in 1. Queen over to g6 for check and mate. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this. This was a very interesting line of the Scotch with the interesting idea of provoking a weakness of them playing pawn to h6, which we're just going to go ahead and sacrifice here and get our idea of a brilliant. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video.